Hey there, it's Monique Bradley here. Welcome to another little installment of Guide to Better Shopping. I love to find products online, I love ordering them, I love the whole process of them turning up, and then most importantly, I love testing them to see if they actually deliver on the promises that we're seeing in social media video content and YouTube video content, and actually putting them to the test. So recently in Facebook, I saw a brand called Laura Geller, which if you are in the States, you're probably really familiar with this. They've been featured on the TV shopping channels in America, and I have been told it's called smart makeup. This is what it said in the social media video content too. Smart makeup because it adjusts to your skin perfectly each and every time. This is the Baked, Balance and Brighten Color Correcting Foundation. And I thought I would try it because there's a number of factors. First of all, I am somewhere in my 40s, getting old, and my skin is changing, so I prefer to go for more of a matte kind of coverage, otherwise I look like a sweaty mess. Secondly, I don't like wearing a lot of heavy makeup. I have to wear it when I go on camera for television, and I don't want to do that every day and going out for a coffee. I want to look at options. But thirdly, I'm looking for something that has coverage, because you can see in half of my face I have melasma or pigmentation spots. Hormonal woman, sun exposure, it always happens. In fact, I learnt that melasma can start to happen or activate in your skin or the overproduction of melanin can happen from as young as the age of 10, but it may not show up until your 30s, which is what happened to me. So looking for a foundation which isn't too thick, gives me coverage. So today I'm wearing a New Zealand and Australian based product on this side called Thin Lizzy. It's quite a well-known product here. I've got the Thin Lizzy foundation and the Thin Lizzy pigment powder in the color Minx on this side, so you can see I've got some coverage there, and I have cleaned this side apart from my eye. I've cleaned this side off to see how the Laura Geller, I have to find what it's called, Color Correcting Baked, Balance and Brighten Foundation is going to work for me. So I haven't opened it yet. I thought I would do it live on camera so you can see the actual results. So I found a tiny wee brush as well that I have here, and I thought I would give it a go. Right. So it said to swirl it around a little bit, and then the instructions say that you just put it on like you would with foundation. So I've read a whole lot of mixed reviews. I've got the color medium because I'm quite olivey toned. So I want something that is going to be not look too white, not too dark. So I'm kind of in the middle of the color spectrum, I guess you could say. Well, first of all, it feels pretty nice. You can see putting some on there. That's pretty good. How does it match up? I'll do a bit more up here so we can cover up my forehead. How does it match up? Now, keeping in mind, on this side, I'm actually wearing a foundation and a powder over top. So I want to see if I can go color correcting pigment powder by itself. Feels pretty lightweight. It feels like I haven't really got anything on at all. And one of the videos I watched online said that you just keep layering it up until you get the right coverage. How are we looking? Now I wanted to do this in real time as well, so you can see it actually working. It doesn't even look like I've touched it. That's pretty good. And yet I feel like I've used heaps of it, but it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like I've got any foundation on at all. Okay, so how are we looking? Not too bad, to be honest. I am quite a fan. The other thing that I find really hard, especially as I'm getting older, is that when I'm using powder, it tends to get stuck in the creases under and around my eyes. But in this instance, it hasn't really highlighted them too much at all. All right, so I'll take a step back so you can see. So foundation and powder, so you can still see a tiny bit of my pigmentation coming through. And this is the Laura Geller powder. I am actually quite impressed. Now keeping in mind I also have a little bit of blusher on there, so it's not perfectly the same, but coverage wise, I actually am quite happy with that. Not too bad at all. So definitely worth checking out. I know on the website that they have a bunch of different products that I want to try on there as well. One is their foundation they call it Spackle, I believe it's called. But there's a heap of products, and yeah, definitely worth trying. It's a pretty good price point. I'm in New Zealand, so it did take a few weeks to get here, whereas it's probably quicker if you're in the US. But other than that, I'm actually quite impressed with the product. So there you go, that's the Laura Geller Baked, Balance and Brighten Colour Correcting Foundation in the colour medium. And there we go, final results. Actually, pretty darn good. You cannot tell that I do not have a foundation on there at all. I am well impressed. So there you go, I'm Monique Bradley. This is Guide to Better Shopping. See you again soon.